Alright, it's time. I was just catching up, like, when I'm about to talk. It's not gonna be like that light of a thing. Because there's some troubling news from Finland, unfortunately. Like, there's dark shadow casting up above Finland at the moment. Oh my fucking god. Alright. Who remembers what happened on the 22nd of July 2011? That should be something that a lot of like Scandinavian and Nordic people remember, and the rest of the world also should remember what happened on the 22nd of July 2011. That was the day that Anders Breivik killed 77 people. And 69 of them were like young children in Oslo and in Utöya. Why am I talking about Anders Breivik? Why am I talking about Anders Breivik? Well, Anders Breivik, I've studied quite a lot, and the case was really interesting. Like, how did a man commit such a fucking heinous evil? And what was his like thinking behind it? So I could like detect in the future if it's gonna happen again. We unfortunately have a person here in Finland who has for the past 2 weeks started to spread the same sort of like rhetoric. Can I take this post all? Okay, I'm just gonna. I can show this. This is my Facebook page, but you don't see anything you shouldn't see. There's my real name if you don't know. Oh, maybe this is better. There's my real name if you don't know what it is. Everybody should know it. There it is. Yeah, I was really planning on doing a video like this, so we all remember this guy. This meathead piece of shit. Well, he's like the main QAnon spreader of conspiracy theories and like anti-government rhetoric and everything. Well, this is his latest. Citizens of Finland, my fellow citizens of Finland. So what he is doing here, he's blaming that the government is trying to attack against the citizens of Finland, that the police are working with them, and basically that everybody should be really fearful because the police and the government isn't their friends anymore, and they're not their allies. And this is the same thing that if you read before Breivik did the things in Utöya and in Oslo, these were the same things he was talking about in forums and in different like groups in the internet. Like that he feels that the government is against him, against the people who believes the same thing as he. He thinks the police are working with them, and he thinks the wrong people are running the government, who should be taken away. So, and he has thousands of people behind him. This is the like scariest part. Breivik didn't have thousands of people behind him. Lucky for us. But this little fucker has, and that's fucking scary. Like, all of these comments in his Facebook page are mainly like positive. I don't know even what to. He's talking about that everything that's happening now implicates that the world is at war. Every country is infected by this disease of like putting sides against each other, and that's the like main way of controlling and manipulating citizens, and this is the same thing that is happening in Finland. What he's against our government. He's against immigration. He's against communism. He's against the left. He's against feminism. He's against the European Union. He's against fear of Russia. He's against multiculturalism. He's against vaccinating, like, for the corona. He's against using masks. He's against that corona is really a disease. He's against 5G networks. So you're getting the picture what sort of a guy we have here. And now he's against the police, and he's against other MPs and ministers. So this part here is the most dangerous one. I'm gonna translate it to you. This is from his own mouth. I don't trust the police anymore. I think about the police the same way you would think about your enemy when you're in war. So yeah, this sort of a guy is an MP in our government. God fucking damn it. We are so fucking screwed. I was talking about this with one of my old friends I haven't talked with in a long time. There's a risk if you put this guy behind bars so he can't fucking commit anything heinous. He's gonna become a martyr. And because he has thousands, even tens of thousands of followers, they are gonna do something really stupid. So you can't do that. What can you do? That's the real question. What the fuck can you do to get this guy off from his like Mount Olympus? And one of the like baffling things is like these people who are following him. They are all talking about, like, for example, that a person who thinks like me, I'm a sheep because I use a mask when I go to the shops, and if I would get the vaccine and all of that. Like I'm a sheep for the government. I'm the sheep of like New World Order, or what the fuck do they believe? And they are following this fucking shaman right here. So they're basically the same thing. And the worst thing about this is we would actually need to like do something now and not wait until something happens. Yeah, and this is complete bullshit. Like he says like things are getting rough. I breaking news, I got information that the enemy was knocking at my home door at my home. And again, it's strange that we live in the world 2021 and there's no fucking nobody owns an iPhone or a smartphone for every time this happens. Like, but a person who is this crazy and believes this all of these fucking crazy conspiracy theories. Oh my fucking god. And he still doesn't like film his front door. Well, of course he doesn't film his own front door because this isn't true. This is made up. half of the shit this guy is saying is made up. And the worst part about it is there are other people. PhD economics, CEO of GNS Economics, professor of economics, University Helsinki. This is like a really smart guy here. Well, he's actually batshit crazy. He was the first one to talk about the rising crane. Let me provide an update at the situation in Finland. Our police with a likely order from our interior minister, this is like a pretty damning claim. This is treasonous, so you should have some evidence if you say things like this. Has started a campaign against our constitutional freedoms, which is bullshit. This include intimidation of a member of parliament, okay, no. Raids to gyms, yeah, because they're not allowed at the moment. Raids to places of worship and arrest of people participating in group walks or gatherings, yeah, because those aren't allowed at the moment. I witnessed a situation where Helsinki police used loudspeakers to instruct people to not walk in groups, to walk to separate directions. But again, no fucking video. This guy... Can't I see, like... He's using Twitter web app. And this is also probably in Twitter web app. Okay, but... Again, if he has seen this, the first reaction anybody should have is take their phone off their fucking pocket and film it. But this is complete bullshit. I witnessed a situation where Helsinki police used loudspeakers to, like... Either you have evidence or you don't. Many Finns have a hard time to believe that this is happening in our country, but it is. Well, it's not. We've used of having governments enforcing the constitution, but the government of Marin Sanna, which is our prime minister, is not. To me, it looks like she is trying to undermine it, or then she's utterly incompetent. Again, pretty damning claims. The positive thing is that the Finns will tolerate such bullshit only up to a point. Well, you don't actually know Finns that well. We are a really passive nation, so... If our deranged government will not return to the rule of law, our citizens will eventually make sure that it happens. Well, they don't. We are one of the fucking laziest countries to protest. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Finns are law-abiding, that's true. Law-abiding people, but only when laws are not arbitrary. Nah. I'm sorry, but how fucking crazy are you? Unless it's... Yeah, if the protests are in Twitter, then it's gonna be like... Then there's gonna be riots. I'm sorry, but how fucking crazy are you? You are talking like a follower of Anders Breivik and retweeting tweets of a Finnish wannabe Breivik. It's not too late to get off the crazy train. That's... And this is actually the first place where I learned about... what the fuck was it here? About TokenTube. And I don't want anybody to go there. It's full of fucking malware. And they also have bit miners there. Although he said that the bit miners were false positives. But the malware was like for a reason there. So don't go there. It's not a healthy place. And I actually reported the TokenTube to Twitter because it's a place where these fucking QAnon and conspiracy theorists can spread their lies. Like he showed me one video where police was doing wrong things, and he used the same rhetoric that they are damning the left to use, like a cut film only showing the reaction of the police, not the build up to it, not the context. And when I asked for the context, he didn't have it. Which isn't surprising because, well, if you get arrested in Finland, you must have done something. Like, I trust the Finnish police so fucking high. Like, if you do stupid shit, you get arrested. If you obey and do what the police asks in Finland, you won't get shot. you won't get arrested. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. Like, of course, like police does, like they do mistakes. They're human too. But in Finland, like, you don't have to be afraid of the police. If you are, then you have prejudices which shouldn't exist. I'm sorry.